Hi, I'm Caitlin Kress, and this is my social media and consumer engagement report. In this presentation, I'll be examining and presenting my social media marketing campaign for Buhi Supply Co. Let's get started. First, let's discuss the overall impact and goals of the campaign. Through this Mimic social media simulation, I was able to experience what it felt like to run a social media marketing campaign for Buhi Supply Co. I've been tasked as the social media manager of Buhi to help the brand increase its gross revenue to $17 million with a 0.3% market share this year by increasing the traffic on the brand's website. To kick things off, let's take a look at the overall campaign budget. I was given a weekly budget of $5,000 with 75% of the content being used to inform, educate, and entertain, while the remaining 25% was used to promote my business. My total allocated budget was $24,995. I spent a total of $24,263, and the total revenue was $109,448. The return on investment, or ROI, of my campaign was 351.09%, with a gain of $85,185. What is Buhi's target audience? Buhi's primate market falls between the ages of 19 and 32, with 90% of all Buhi customers falling into this age group. I will provide a brief overview of Buhi's market segments. You'll see that the marketing department has created personas that each represent one of the defined market segments. By familiarizing ourselves with each of the personas and their demographics, we are able to more accurately create and push content to potential customers. I referred back to this information to make sure that my content was targeting the right segment of the market. So let's get to know our market. First, we have Back to School Mindy. Mindy takes up 20% of the market, falls into the 18 to 26 range, is female, and has interests that range from fashion to comfort to high school and college. Next, we have City Hopper Sue. Sue takes up 12% of the market, falls into the 18 to 35 range, is female, and has interests that include backpacking and exploring. We also have up-and-comer Raj. Raj takes up 16% of the market, falls into the 18 to 37 range, is male, and has interests that range from work to business. We also have energetic Jill. Jill takes up 10% of the market, falls into the 18 to 27 range, is female, and has interests that range from sports to dance. Next, we have Seaside Sally. Sally takes up 8% of the market, falls into the 18 to 26 range, is female, and has interests that range from outdoors and travel to boating and sightseeing. We also have Daypacker Tom. Tom takes up 29% of the market, falls into the 18 to 26 range, is male, and has interests that range from hiking and camping to hunting. And lastly, we have Hipster Mommy Cami. Cami takes up 5% of the market, falls into the 32 to 45 range, is female, and has interests that range from children's apparel to online shopping and fashion. Now let's take a look at campaign objectives, which include awareness, engagement, and conversions, and let's look at the metrics used to measure success for each objective. Objectives. How do we measure awareness, engagement, and conversions? For awareness, I wanted the number of followers and fans across each network to grow. I'm looking to increase my follower count as a way to broaden my reach and connect with a broader audience. So more followers equals broader reach. By growing my overall reach, my engagements will follow. So the likes, comments, and shares received on each post will increase if the content I write and share is engaging. I focused on different areas of engagement each week while making sure that the number of engagements overall was consistently going up. I want to drive conversions and sales with content posted to increase annual sales by 10% this year. The goals for my marketing campaign are first and foremost about building the Buhi brand and return on investment, or ROI. So how do we use metrics to measure success? I was able to effectively measure the success of posts and content by reviewing impressions, likes and comments, clicks, shares, followers, conversions, and revenue. Now let's take a look at what social media platforms were used in the campaign. I used Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The big three that I found to be the most successful were Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, with Instagram being significantly ahead of the pack. Next, let's look at Instagram, which is the platform that generated the best overall results. Instagram had the highest impressions with 3,452,870, the highest total engagements with 165,826, and the highest revenue with $36,092. For reference, Instagram more than doubled every other social media platform in impressions, page likes, reactions and comments, clicks, shares, followers, conversions, and revenue. Here, I've included Instagram's performance by day to show performance metrics and published posts to show post type, image, impressions, clicks, likes, comments, conversions, cost, and total revenue. So what are the keys to success on Instagram? To find success on Instagram, I used hashtags and captions. I tagged relevant interests. Product type, I used outdoor products as they outperformed other products. Content type, I used images as they performed best on every social platform. I posted on popular days of the week and popular times of day. I spaced posts out. I posted at relatively the same time on different days of the week. I used popular post times for each social platform. I followed the most popular post times for Instagram, which I found to be 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. I used creative captions with call to actions, words and phrases such as buy, shop now, and I also used emojis. Here are a few examples of successful Instagram captions that I used for my campaign. And I will read one just to provide you with a brief summary of what they looked like and why they were successful. Our hashtag Buhi bags are practical, stylish, and perfect for travel. Hashtag shop, our website to find your perfect match. Hashtag Buhi, backpack, travel, outdoors, style, fashion, hashtag traveler, and show off your favorite hashtag Buhi bag and style. We have hundreds of stylish bags perfect for any occasion. Check out hashtag Buhi website to find your perfect bag. And again, I used as many hashtags as possible that were relevant to Buhi's interests. Now let's compare the success of Instagram to other social media platforms used in the campaign. Instagram was the clear frontrunner in terms of awareness, engagement, and revenue. And you will see that that is reflected in each graph. The first graph, the purple, represents awareness. The second, blue, represents engagement. And the third, that is pink, represents revenue. And each graph, you will see that Instagram is clearly ahead of every other social platform. I also chose to briefly highlight successes by including the most organic and paid posts. The most successful top performing paid post was this one. It used an image, which is the most successful, product types. It also gathered over $10,000 in revenue. It was promoted on Pinterest, which has been successful for me in this campaign. And it used many hashtags as well. Next is the top performing organic ad. And this was very simple. It used many hashtags, was promoted on every platform, and gathered around $2,000 total in revenue. It was also an image, which is the most successful product type. And here is a brief overview of the influencer marketing strategy that I used for my influencer marketing. The who. I picked all micro-influencers. More specifically, I selected to work with the foodies, jokers, show-offs, enlightenment seekers, and world travelers. And I have given you a graphic for each group. First is the foodie, then the jokers, the show-offs, enlightenment seekers, and world travelers, just to give you an idea of what I believe the brand would look like. The why. Why did I choose these micro-influencers? I had several considerations before choosing influencers for my campaign. The first being, which influencer or group of influencers should I work with? Based on personal experience, I myself am more likely to buy from micro-influencers. They have a more loyal following, interact and engage with followers, develop a sense of trust with their audience, and typically reflect the views, interests, and beliefs of their audience more than macro-influencers or a celebrity does, which is why micro-influencers tend to have higher engagement rates. I also asked myself, what social media platforms are they going to advertise on? My goal was to work with a micro-influencer who would ultimately advertise on social media platforms that were successful for me. So that would be my big three: Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. Also, what are their interests? Do they match Buhi's target market and share similar interests? For instance, I chose to work with micro-influencers who had backpack, bag, travel, outdoors, and other relevant interests in their profile. I also had to be sure that they would fit into my budget. I assessed how many followers each influencer had, and I had to ask myself, what is their key demographic? I had to be sure that the key demographic of each micro-influencer was compatible with Buhi's. Lastly, I had to ask myself, which strategy is the most beneficial? In other words, do I use branded content, giveaways, affiliate marketing, brand ambassadors, social media takeovers? Which will benefit my campaign the most? Next, I had to look at how much to spend. On average, I spent around $700 per post. I was able to secure influencers with a total price from anywhere from $635 to $800. And here we have just a few slides to show you my overall results. Just for a few bullet points, I found that the world travelers were great as brand ambassadors. They brought in by far the most revenue. Jokers were excellent with branded content and affiliate marketing. Same goes for foodies. I did find that gifts were not successful, so I did not use them after my first trial with giving a gift to a celebrity. Overall, I found that micro-influencers were very successful for my campaign. And just here are a few more results to show comparisons between Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and the different groups that I used for each. And here's the same thing for Pinterest, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I did not use LinkedIn because the micro-influencers did not specialize in promoting on LinkedIn, and I have found that LinkedIn was not very successful for my overall campaign. So I chose to forego including that. Lastly, here's just one more graphic to show an even broader view of my influencer marketing campaign and the overall results. Overall, I was very happy with the micro-influencers' performance on engagement and metrics and so forth. And lastly, here's a brief summary of takeaways, learning outcomes of this campaign, and recommendations for upcoming social strategy based on what I have learned. Takeaways. Instagram is the best source for ROI. Pinterest is the best source for organic reach. Always use hashtags, use call to action words and phrases, and stay on trend. So use memes and schedule posts for holidays. Next, we have learning outcomes. Post frequently, but not too much. Your audience needs to be updated from time to time, but don't make it a constant practice as they could start disregarding your posts. They need just enough posts to be swayed and to serve as a constant reminder of why they should try out the products. Also, choose quality posts. When posting social media content, quality posts will always win over quantity. So remember not to annoy your audience with too much promotional content. Create a brand image that shares useful information, offers a laugh, or meets the needs of your target audience. A quality or standard post, for instance, is accompanied by hashtags and a good use of relatable images with attention-grabbing captions, comes with the links to the website, and offers value propositions. And also test everything. If you don't test the content you create, you will never know what to improve on and what is working. This is because some posts drive more sales compared to others, and testing is the only way to confirm that. And next, for some recommendations, know your audience. Examine the target market. There are a total of 7 target market groups for Buhi, so examine the percentage of each group in the market, their interests, gender, age, as well as income levels. It is from this evaluation that you will be able to execute social media posts that perfectly target individual groups. Also, know your social platforms. Studying social media platforms allows you to use marketing strategies that will bring out the best in your campaign. Instagram marketing is one of the most effective social media marketing strategies, as well as Facebook marketing and Pinterest marketing. So you should use these platforms to your advantage by assessing their data graphs and their metrics. That way, you can post content targeting the right groups according to age, gender, market interests, and more. And also types of content. Stick to the 75-25 promotional rule. Nobody wants to be sold to 24/7, and social media is no exception. If you promote your business excessively, your followers will probably leave you. So 75% of your content should inform, educate, and entertain, while the remaining 25% can be used to promote your business. Also, be aggressive with your budget. Spend all of your budget. Your campaign will benefit from any and all money that can go towards strengthening your social media marketing campaign with more posts, influencer collaborations, and more. It is worth the additional work and planning that it takes to organize a budget strategy for each round, and you will be happy in the long run to have put in that little extra step of preparation. Trust me. And lastly, collaborate with your peers. In a real-world social media marketing scenario, it is unlikely that you will be operating in a bubble with no one to bounce ideas off of. So review discussion posts and findings from classmates to gain insight into what you can improve on. Find out what is working well for them, what is not working, and apply that to your campaign. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening, and overall I found this to be very informative, and I think this will significantly lead to me improving in my future career in marketing. Thank you.